Hi, I am Adaobi Dibor and I am a Nolly Icon. Oyin, blood vessel.
What are you for taking?
Te jou. Per ik hem dominee. Voor je weet maar fai.
Promise. Say you no go see that boy again. Hey, Pamomene.
En je kan fai. Je kan je mine mo ba fai.
So you were speaking Ijaw, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Are you a native?
No, I'm not.
So how did you pull that off?
I'm sorry. So we had to learn it. We had to learn it.
How long did that take?
Seriously. It was 2 weeks.
Mm.
We slept with it and we woke up to it. Like I literally used to walk in our camp and I just scream my lines at anybody. Yeah, our director said it just had to happen. The most challenging aspect of filming in the Lungu, that's in the holding area where we had to stay in the ship, like on the ground where we were hiding. Gosh, at some point, I thought I was going to pass out. There was a time where I felt sick in this movie. It was crazy. They tried to bring in extractors and everything, but it was crazy. Like the environment, there were rusts on the wall. I had to sit on the floor. At some point, we just gave up on being clean because, like, we just there, And there were times where we shot for really long periods, really I'm talking past 24 hours, and so we're just there, dirty, and it worked for the role so well because we had to be in a particular state of mind to, really bring out what we're supposed to bring out. And it worked. It was fun. I didn't realize it was fun till we're done. We sailed in some scenes, and in some scenes we were just in a place. I think we were in a place for 3 days or 4 days. And then the remaining, I think 7 days, we actually sailed and sailed and sailed. And at some point I'm like, gosh, we just go back. I'm tired. But yeah, it was real fun.
No, we your job. Oh, all I yaga be a buono. Yes, in Ula. Tara. Yeah, wake up.
It's a sad scene, It's really sad, especially her wishing there was a way out, only for her to find out this is even more problem. She was like a water spirit, It's crazy. Even watching it, I just felt so bad for her because it's just a child that she just wants to leave, So I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to exaggerate. If you do a scene from your stomach, from your heart, you will change. It will change you. It doesn't have to be a big change, it's small. So it's moving, especially when I don't know, I like to do scenes like this. I'm sorry. But so every time I do these scenes, there's just something that shifts in me. There's this because we're telling a human being story. This is a human being. This is a real person. So that somebody's going through this is a lot. Just imagine that someone's going through something like this. So every time I do it and I'm done, I'm just like, wow, this actually happened to someone somewhere. And every time director says cut, it's not too. Sometimes I just want to stay there. It's not too challenging. It's not beyond ordinary. It's just normal. And I have techniques in place to help me sort of just come out of it and go in at ease. So it's sweet. It's not bad. It's good. So when we were shooting, I remember that we were supposed to shoot a scene where I was supposed to get into the water. It didn't rain for the whole day. Like we had sun. Everything was good. We shot. And then it was time for me to, in the evening, it was time for me to go into the water. The cloud was good, there was nothing in the cloud. And the moment I stepped into the water, it began to drizzle. I'm like, not like I didn't believe before. I thought I was like, if it's your belief, I respect it. But when it happened, I was like, what? Are you guys serious? And like, oh, that there was something you're supposed to do to, ask for permission. And I believe, I'm like, okay, this is actually something happening somewhere in this world. And I took it in as for my character because she had to know this thing. So when I learned about that, I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, going, you have to take note of this. This is your belief now. Right. So yeah, it's so beautiful to experience people's culture. I just kept smiling throughout and I'm like, what? Yeah. Oyin is she's stubborn. She's strong-willed. Even if she comes off as soft beside Abby, she's very strong-willed. For you to leave your family, not knowing if you see them ever again, is a very courageous thing to do. And not just leaving through the normal door. You left through the window vents. So that's like so much strength. And I'm not going to lie. When I had to do it as Ada, it was a lot of, please do, if you're an actor, be Jimmy, no. Because it was, nobody's going to tell you. Nobody told me, oh, it's going to be like this. You have to jump and you have to crawl. It's going to be hard. At some point, I had to, because you need the camera angle. So at some point, I had to stay at the AC vent in the most uncomfortable position ever because they had to capture some things. So it was a lot of physical strength. Anyways, I think Oyin is she's very courageous. She's strong-willed. She spoke about Brazil. She just wanted to leave and she did just that. Even after all the things they had told her, she still went ahead. I think Oyin is very passionate about love because she did not think about anything else. I'm not sure she thought about herself. She did not think about herself on that trip. She kept looking out for Abby. Every time Abby wanted to fight, she would, stand up and try to calm him down. There was really, even when she was captured, when Abby went to look for drugs, she kept looking out for Abby. It was just Abby. The only time that I think she just thought about herself a little was in front of the table of food prepared in front of her because she was so hungry and that was the only time. But immediately after that, it was back to him, right? And when they used her as bait to bring Abby out, she didn't want him to come out. She was scared of dying, but she still did not, she was ready to die. She's actually ready to die for him. So I think that's a lot of what's the word now? That's a lot of selflessness. When I was doing my preparation, right, I had this backstory where they hung out by the riverside every night, every other night. And that was one of the reasons why her father caught her and locked her up in the house, you know. So that's part of the reason why he even knows who he is. That's my father knows who Abby is. So yes, up until in my script, up until the time where you see Oyin for the first time, they've always spent time together. So it was a time well spent, you know. Yeah. Actors and crews work really hard to bring the films we love to life. Please support their official release. Keep watching Arrow House Entertainment.